Okay, there's a voice that wants to come through, and I'm going to let it through because that's my choice. And I'm not making any kind of statements about what it has to say. I want to let this speak, and that's it. And I don't fucking care about the rest, and that's kind of the point. It's rage. It's fucking rage. It's sick of giving a shit. Overall, but especially what anybody thinks. It's sick of caring what fucking anybody thinks. And I'm going to take it into the personal voice because it's speaking as an I. I'm sick of conforming. I am so fucking sick and tired of conforming to expectations, standards of beauty and behavior. I'm sick of being what you think I should be. I'm sick of anyone telling another what they think they should be. I don't give one goddamn what you think about what I should be and be experiencing in this life experience, which is mine. I am here to be a personal lens. I am here to be the individual in the all. I'm here to be the experience of self through the perspective of one. I'm not here to meet a standard. I'm not here to fit in anywhere. My fitting in is not in question. My fitting in is intrinsic. I exist. I fit in. Because a space was made for me. A space was made for me to be as I am. Not as I am supposed to be or believed to be. Not as any other would want me to be. The way that I am. In any given moment. Naturally. That natural expression is the breath of life. I am a part of that. I am that. And to say that I am wrong for being is to close off that breath. Is to hitch it, to hinder it, to keep it shallow and short-lived. I belong. I belong in the order. I belong to myself at every level. I am not made to belong to you. There is not one of us that belongs to another. There is not one thing that belongs to another except to itself. There's a little bug. Hello. You belong. I've never seen a bug that looks like this. I don't know what it is. It's just saying I belong. You've had no idea. You didn't need to know. I've just been here, quietly being and belonging. And being a perfect perspective for experience. I'm just gonna see if I can get it. Oh, I didn't want to be on camera. There is rage underlying, and it's not a rage directed at. It's not the kind of rage that points a finger of blame and accuses and says, this is because of you and you need to change. It's not that kind of rage. It is righteous in its knowing of rightness, but it is not a rightness that requires others to be wrong for it to be right. It's a rightness that knows itself. It's a rightness that is fed up with being told that it is wrong. It is fed up with that game. With the game of insult and injury and accusation. It says, I am not telling you what to be, how to be, and I am not telling you that you are being wrong. I am simply saying that I am not wrong. My being, the way that I am, is not in conflict with yours. They coexist rightfully. And I am not trespassing upon your domain. I do not pretend to be the ruler of your kingdom, and I do not tell you what is true for you or what is right for you. So do not tell me what is true for me. You cannot know. You cannot know. And I cannot know what's true for you because I am not living the personal perspective of experience that you are. And that is what you are. You are experience. That is us at the broader level. But in this form, which is exactly as is desired to be, you are a personal perspective of experience. And that is what it's all about. You are here to be that. You are here to experience that. Individuality. You are here to experience personhood. That is the expression. That is the desired experience. And so, no one, there is not one other that is having that exact experience. We are sharing at a much bigger level. And yes, at a bigger level, it's all the same. But there is a reason, an important and delicious and desired reason for your individuating. That experience is yours. You belong to you. You as experience belong to yourself. And what you know, what you feel, by your direct contact with it to be true, is your truth. And it is right to be so. It gets to be so. But your truth is not a given truth for any other. You create by your own experience of truth. And that is what everyone else is doing. But we are not meant to shade the light of another sun, to tint it with our own perspective. There can be expansion, there can be suggestion, there can be offering of ideas, sharing of experience, which may broaden one another's. But what is true for you is true for you. And what is true for me is mine. And it is right to be. It is right to be. And it's time to enforce that boundary, not accepting outside influence. And outside includes voices heard inside the head. No, there is nothing that can truly be outside the self. But that is where we get to learn discernment, what it is that we really desire and know. The world is full of contradictions. The voices are full of contradictions. They will tell you one thing and then another that completely opposes the previous statement. You get to decide. And you decide by the way it feels. And what is being learned here is that something that feels wrong for a reason. It's not that it is wrong. It's that it's not true for you. The feeling of dissonance is as important as the feeling of resonance. If everything resonates, then everything is true. You cannot tell what is in alignment with your personal truth without experiencing some dissonance to it. And you cannot have personal authority without a personal truth. Again, this is not a truth that is held over others. This is not a truth that is then handed off to others. It's not theirs. It's not theirs. It is for you and you alone. And it is for you to discern and decipher the contours, the nature of that truth. And to recognize that just because another is living in a way, following a truth that appears contradictory to yours, that does not make it so. We can hold two truths. We can hold them up equally and admire them both and say simply, that one is yours and this one is mine. And they are not in competition. That is the nature. That is the natural order. That is our intention, to be able to see and to hold in our perspective two truths, many truths, and recognize all of them to be valid, but only one of them to be ours, personally ours. And to revel in the diversity of experience, the diversity of desire and intention. We could never have just one desire. We are infinite. We are everything. Of course, we have contradictory desire. We have all of it within us to be able to hold things that appear contradictory and allow them both to be. That is our intention. to accept when something is wrong for another and right for us as much as the opposite. To accept that our truth is not the only truth, that our truth is not for someone else, that is up to each and every one, experience of one as individual. To discover what is true for them, what is in alignment with their intention in this incarnation, what they desire to experience, and to recognize that all experience is desired. I am chaos, I am calamity. There are many who would look at me when I visit and say that I have wreaked havoc and that everything has gone wrong. Then there are others who would see differently. They would see a clearing. They would see a way being opened for new. They would not see disorder. They would see a higher order, and neither one would be wrong to perceive as they are perceiving. Because that perception is what creates what colors experience. And that experience is as it is intended to be. And if the desired experience is pain, then that is the desire. And it is right. Learning to enjoy contrast does not mean you stop perceiving it as contrast. Learning to enjoy pain does not mean you stop perceiving it as pain. It means you dive deeply into that perception. It means you open wide to that experience of grief, of rage, of longing. It means you let those things rip through you, tear you apart. It means you're no longer resisting them, but inviting them, opening to them fully. And then the experience doesn't change. It is still pain. It is still grief. But the texture of it, because you have opened to it, has a nuance that you never noticed before. There is a tenderness in the way that it wraps around you. There is a tickle to the barbs. I am not here to fight. But I'm tired of being fought. I will happen and I will be as I am anyway. Don't try to make it make sense. It's not meant to. Excuse me. There's this great concern, there's this awareness right now that statements are contradictory. Let them be. Let them be. Let them be. Recognize that this is one voice and many voices speaking. There is not one that is more right than another. We are breathing contradictions. And that is as it should be. I'm tired of fitting. Tired of fitting in. Tired of pleasing. Tired of conforming. I fit in nature, and there is no confirmation necessary. I am pleasing to nature, and there is no effort required. I am pleasing to nature always. In every manner of being, I am. And that is always fucking enough. So it is.